welcome to our podcast. We are now on our second episode of PG30.
Woo! Episode 2.
Yes, so tonight we have special guests for our special topic. Three special single ladies.
Single, sexy, smart, and beautiful.
So, before anything else, what is PG30, Gio?
Well, since we're on episode 2, this is still a work in progress. But basically, PG30, if you're just tuning in, is a podcast where we're a group of almost 30-somethings talking about and freaking out about adulting, the issues that come with it, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the awkward,
And the sexy.
the sexy, whatever that
The naughty.
means. The naughty.
What have you? Yeah.
So some topics may be sensitive, but the goal of this is really to make people feel that you're not alone, that whatever fears you have about growing up, adulting, turning 30, even turning 40, I mean, we don't discriminate. We just want you to feel heard, seen.
Yeah, so basically this is for everyone, but of course, most especially for those who are almost 30 and more than 30, who are in the valley of death of 30. All right. So
What?
anyway, so we're just being anxious about being 30. But for tonight, we have a very very fun topic. And
Also,
yes.
fun, but probably anxiety-inducing it. Yeah.
Or some.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so our F1 was all about anxiety as well with everything that's going on. But yeah, so a little shift. But tonight, our special guest will talk about their experiences about being loveless at 30. All right.
Because everybody probably has heard that from parents, relatives, strangers even. Oh, kailan kayo magpapakasal? May girlfriend ka na? May boyfriend ka na? And as much as we'd like to answer them honestly, I think the common thread is it makes us feel awkward. It makes us feel weird, especially if we're not partnered.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Kahit paano I'm a boy. so it might feel differently if you're a girl.
Yeah.
It's-
Because we have the taking time bomb na tinatawag nila.
All right.
Yeah,
So we will learn more from our guest for tonight. So to introduce our three single ladies for tonight, Eunice.
Yes, so for tonight, we have the privilege to have with us three of my best friends. So sabi ko nga, very beautiful, very smart, and still waiting for the one. So sa mga nakikinig dyan,
Powerful
Just
women!
joking.
Kulang na lang lahat.
so to introduce, so maybe we can hear from, of course, the first one, Laika. Say hello.
Hi guys, hello, I'm Laika.
Ayan. And her number is, charot lang.
So,
And next is Maan.
Hi everyone, I'm Maan.
Yes, and of course, my best friend from college, Carla.
Hello everyone, I'm Carla.
Hey, Carla.
hey guys. So again, we'd like to thank you for the opportunity to be here in our podcast for episode 2. And yeah, so the first question I'd like to ask you guys, ilang beses na kayo natanong kung kailan kayo magpapakasal or / meron ka na bang jowa? Laika?
Ilang beses na hindi na mabilang ng mga kamay ko. But sa second question mo, kung may jowa ako, wala. I've been single since 2013. Oh my gosh, 7 years na pala! Tagal na pala. So yun, I've been single since 2013. Yun yung last na official relationship ko.
Official.
Yes.
Keyword,
Kino.
official.
Yeah. Official, yes. Kasi parang may mga ganap in between. Na, share ko na lang later.
Okay. Maan, how about you?
Di ko na rin mabilang eh. Especially during events, family events. Dun pa lang during family events, so kung bibilangin mo yung magtatanong sa akin, sinimula yung family namin. Siyempre, marami na sila, no? And each and every time na may celebration, may gathering ng family, funeral man yan, birthday man yan, binyagan, wedding, at kung ano man, siyempre pag nakita nila ako, hindi ka pa ba mag-aasawa? Ganyan, no? So, maraming best na. And as to the relationship, I think both Jaytan and Eunice naman knows na medyo matagal na rin. Kalimutan ko na nga kailan siya. But like in between, may mga kaganapan naman, no? Sabi nga nila, we have to be proactive in our age, no? In finding the one.
I love that word.
Diba? Oo.
Alright.
Oo.
Guys, for
Yun,
those listening, keyword proactive. Carla, how about you?
Are you also proactive?
Shucks! Ako naman, maraming beses na.
Maraming beses na.
Paulit-ulit. Pajulit-julit. Minsan nga, isang tao, nakailang tanong na eh, no?
May
Tapos,
timestamps lang.
Oo.
May counter.
Parang anytime, parang anytime, hello. Ikaw, Carla, kailan ka mag-aasawa? Mamaya na po.
Kung pwede lang.
Sige po, kumaya na po.
Ang pwede lang
Mamaya
eh,
wala
no?
May naka-reserve, naka-line up.
Pero how are you responding to these questions na paulit-ulit na tinatanong sa inyo?
Sige, ako on my end, syempre ang sinasabi ko na lang ay iniintay ko pa po si the one and in his time, quote unquote, in his time. Syempre kasi kapag medyo ganun na yung sagot mo, parang it's, respectful. At the same time, parang hindi ka pikon, kahit minsan nasi-stress ka na, at napipikon ka sometimes, no? Pero if that's your response, parang wala na silang isasagot eh. 'Di ba?
Agree.
Parang period, wala na, no? Kasi kapag iba pa yung sagot mo, ang dami pa ng follow-up question. So, I remember one time I answered, busy pa po kasi ako sa work. Parang ganon. So, medyo busy pa. Sabi nila, mag-resign ka dyan kung busy at wala kang time for yourself. Importante yung may work-life balance. Ganyan, no? So, kumahaba. So, isip ko, na-formulate ko yung sagot na in his time po, no? I'm waiting for his time. Medyo period na kami doon. Yun.
Tama yan. Agree ako kay Maan. Tamang sagot yan.
Diba? And that's just not my excuse naman. Somehow, deep within me, I believe that, no? In his rightful time talaga.
Okay.
Yun lang
That's
naman.
really good.
Yes.
That's a valid response naman. Pero, I'm just really curious, no? So, since we're in a group where, 4 women and 2 guys, like parang, looking at it through the lens of a girl, do you think ba na there's always going to be that parang unfairness or disparity na there's more burden as a woman who's supposed to, I say this very lightly and parang quote-unquote, na parang who's supposed to bear children or who's supposed to build a family. Do you think there's more burden sa inyo or pinaparamdam ba sa inyo ng society?
Yeah. The societal norm or expectation na we as women were expected to, actually para lang din siyang the linear projection that we discussed in episode 1, that we're expected to have a boyfriend, get married, magkaanak, etc. etc. So what are your thoughts about it?
Yes, nararamdaman din namin yun. But lucky for me, kasi sa family ko, meron pa rin akong mga aunts and uncle na until now single and nasa late 40s na. That's why, when it comes to family, no pressure. Kasi every time natatanungin ako na, kailan ka mag-aasawa? Ay, papaunahin ko po muna sila bago ako.
Good answer.
Meron ka
May
mga fallback.
reason.
Excuse, no?
May
Scapegoat.
excuse.
I remember telling me dati may boyfriend pa ako na siya mismo nagsasabi sa akin, 40 years old ka na mag-asawa, anak. Dahil panganay ako. So, one reason din yon kung bakit na parang siguro ito na din yung nakatadhana sa akin na late na rin siguro ako magsasettle down because I still have those responsibilities. Then when it comes to friends, iniisip, sinasabi sa akin, bata ka pa. Kasi nasanay ako hanging out with people older than me. That's why, so okay lang, sige, yung thinking ko na okay lang, sige, mauna muna sila. Dahil mas bata pa naman ako sa kanila. But, yun na, unfortunately ngayon, lahat sila nag-aasawa na. At na-realize ko, I'm not getting any younger. So yan, when it comes to stigma kasi, alam mo yung torn ka between that culture na dapat yung babae mahinhin, dapat yung babae hindi yung unang gagawa ng move. Diba? May ganung culture eh.
They call that
Pero,
dalagang Filipina.
yes, yun.
Oo.
Yan ba yun?
Dapat ikaw yung dalaga, hindi na mag-aantay ka na yung lalaki dapat yung gagawa ng move. Unfortunately, siguro yung thinking ng mga lalaki, konti na lang kami straight eh. Pinag-aagawan kami eh. So, bakit kami yung gagawa ng move? Kung kami yung babae, pwede kumapit sa akin. So, may mga ganung thinking din.
I love that.
Pero seriously, meron talagang nagsabi sa'yo ganun? Or,
Example lang ba yun? Ano ba
Example
yun? Nakakaloka example na yun.
Pero parang iisip ko kung bakit hirap kami sa panahon ngayon maghanap.
especially, may pandemic pa, no?
Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
That's a good point, no? That with Laika,
Birthday,
she has uncles. There's a president. There's a president, and so you're learning from their experiences. And if you reach 40, and you see that it's okay that you have no obligation to already have a husband or wife. And if you think that you're flourishing in your career, then I think it's a matter of priority. I think it really is a matter of priority.
And I think it's also a matter of what you value as a person. Kasi for me naman, of course, I have PCOS. Maan also has polycystic ovarian syndrome. Ako personally, malaking bagay sa akin ang magkaanak. I find value in that. So ako personally, I do not like to have a bias about people who actually value having a child. And I don't also have a bias for people who do not want to actually have a child in their lifetime. So it's a matter of understanding also what we values actually are different as well as women, and that's okay.
But no, there's a big factor pala yung biology that ticking clock. Kasi with guys, no, I mean, we're lucky na
your sperms are alive.
The swimmers are can last.
Oo nga. Ang unfair, ha?
Oo, no? If you'll really think about it, no? Talagang biologically, they are more than, more endowed than us, girls.
Pero another question I'd like to throw at you right now is, do you feel the pressure right now?
Sige, ako, on my end, in my family, in my core family, ako kasi yung panganay.
Lahat ata tayo panganay.
Okay, so...
Oh yeah, I think.
Talaga ba?
Like is panganay, yeah. So everyone is. She is only child. So,
panganay, only child.
So, si mom ko, isang anak siya, and then ang father ko is panganay din sa kanilang magkakapatid. So, sa aming magpipinsan, ako pa rin yung panganay. Okay? So, I think 3 to 4 years ago, yung ikatlo kong pinsan na lalaki, nag-asawa na siya. So, ibig sabihin, may apo na, ganyan. Kami ng kapatid ko, first and second sa line, kapatid ko hindi pa siya ganun ka-pressure. Kasi nga, di ba, pagka lalaki ka, parang okay lang, hayaan mo muna siya, nag-enjoy pa sa pagkabinata niya, hindi naman yan ma-expire, so go, carry sila. Okay, but on my part, nung nag-hit pa lang ako ng 25, marami ng questions. Na parang, when do you want to settle down? Ito na ba? Ito na ba ang pakakasalan mo? Parang ganon. So, up until now, syempre, I can still feel the pressure. Although I can say na by now, medyo coping naman ako doon. Pero regarding the question, if I can still feel the pressure right now, definitely naman. Given na, yun nga, meron kaming biological ticking bomb na we have to consider. Yun.
And I just realized it now, na only child nga. I mean, alam ko only child ako.
Ay, realize na only child ka.
No, but like being an only child also has its own problems and challenges, especially when it comes to the responsibility or even the burden of carrying on the family legacy. Like, I remember a few years before that, I think after graduating college, my dad, every time I went home, always asked me kung may girlfriend na ba ako, kung meron na ba akong, is there somebody? So I guess, yeah, in general, parents who see their children grow up will always have this kind of dream or goal for their children to also have children because they want to be grandparents. And sometimes, no, they put that kind of burden sa atin. And pag hindi tugma yung priorities natin, it becomes more of a burden talaga sa atin. No?
And even the carrying on the name of the family, especially for gays, it becomes a problem din, no? Kasi yung expectation ng parents, especially if they're very traditional.
Yeah.
Lalo kung isa lang ang lalaki sa mga anak. So I guess that's also the other side of the coin, diba? For men, dun sa experiences nila.
Yeah, I think the next episode will feature men.
Content na tayo dyan.
So for Laika and Carla, how about you two? Do you feel the pressure?
Ako, yes.
Sige, ikaw muna, Carla.
Sige, ako muna. Ako, yes. Well, sa family ko pa lang, as panganay, di ba nga? Kasi yung mga sisters ko, sabi nga nila, NBSB daw.
Sino?
Hindi ko alam kung... Oo, NBSB daw. Daw.
Sino, ikaw?
Kapatid nga niya.
Hindi, yung kapatid. Oo. So, yun. So, sabi nga nila, si ate muna, mauuna. Tapos, kapag hahanapan ko lang sila ng boyfriend, nasa na yung ipapakilala niyo sa akin. Bakit ate, ikaw ba? May napakilala ka na ba ulit sa amin? Ganun. So, parang, okay, sige. So, yun. So, with our family, kasi nga, di ba, sila mama at si papa, parang, naghahanap na rin sila ng apo. Kaya willing sila sa
si Lori.
Si Lori. Apo siya ng sa pinsan namin.
Okay.
So, anak siya ng pinsan namin na nandun sa bahay. Kaya ayun, yun yung parang, okay, mabuti na lang din man dyan si Lori. Para mawala saglit yung attention nila na maghanap from us na sa aming apat na magkakapatid. Diba? So, yun. So, yeah, immediate family, may pressure na eh.
Pero kasi naman, Carl, yung gusto niya sanang magka-boyfriend nung college. Bawal.
Oo.
Nung pwede na, wala nang mahanap.
Actually, yeah, makes sense though. Kasi di ba, like high school, college, well, strict ang
high
parents.
School. Uy, may something
Grabe
si Carla
naman kasi
sa
yung high school, friend.
Ay, seryoso, like,
naman
since
kasi.
high school and
Sino tong high
college
school
talaga.
lover na hindi pwede?
Wala akong lover ng high school. Crush lang. Wag kang high school.
For context, magkababata po si Carla and si Jane. Kaya may ganun.
Ako naman yung pressure na, na pinaka-feel ng parents ko. Okay na? Yung pressure na nafe-feel ko from my parents is more on sa pagkakaroon ng anak more than sa pagkakaroon ng asawa.
Oh, wow.
Kasi
Actually,
Interesting.
May time
Is that an easier problem?
hoy,
actually, nasagot ko sa kanila, hindi pa ba kayo kontento sa 2 aso?
grabe
Seriously, yun yung nafe-feel kong pressure, and I'm already starting to read about egg freezing here in the Philippines. Kasi hindi bigay yung biological clock nga na sinasabi ni Maan at ni Eunice kanina eh. Our time is running.
Wow.
And then,
I feel the seriousness in that
Yeah.
statement.
Mhm.
I think I read about that. I'm not sure what topic talaga yun, pero it's about generativity versus stagnation. Diba life stage yan?
Life stage.
Those are life
Sa
stage.
nursing.
Yeah, sa nursing. And diba, the idea of generativity, ang nerd ko, no? Pero like,
Wait,
Pero,
let me
matanda
Google
na
that.
ito. Later part na.
no, but I think that's already part of it. Like, you want to already pass on certain things to somebody else, like a kid, to have a kid. And so for you three ladies now, I think the common thread talaga is really a certain sort of pressure, like from family, from society, even to couple up, and more than that, even kids, no? Kids talaga. Pero from your
yes.
your end, and when you find yourself alone and thinking about life, do you see yourself with kids even without a partner? How about mine?
Ako siguro, no. Ako kasi, parang sure ako, I mean, after perhaps a long time of reflection and thinking, no, I realized na I really want to have a kid, to have a baby. No, parang gusto ko talagang magkaroon. It's my personal choice. It's just that mahirap humanap ng, the one to make the baby with. No, kumbaga, oo. Pero sa tanong ni Gio, kung I find myself having a kid even without a partner, I think it's a possibility. No, it's a possibility. I can accept that. I can accept that because right now, really, my priority is, alam niyo naman, like work, family. So, syempre, hindi ko inaalis na gusto ko personally magkaroon ng family, but kung hindi siya para sa akin, no? Kasi, 'di ba, kahit ano namang pilit natin, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. So, but at least I wanted to have a baby, a child of my own. No?
I
Parang
totally
gano'n.
get
So,
that. Yeah. Actually,
sa
I
akin-
think I share the same insight and opinion with Man. Na obviously, biologically, there are some logistics problems na bago ko magkaroon ng anak. But yeah, like when I was still with my partner, I was already thinking of that, and I sometimes found myself looking at me in my 40s or 50s with a kid, but not necessarily a partner. Siguro, I want to be a father more than a lover. Pero yeah,
But
parang,
yeah.
super
I
gets
share
kita,
the
man.
same.
Anyone else who would like to share from our guest?
So, I'm still hoping na makahanap pa rin naman talaga ako ng partner for me to settle down with. Na kung iba pa rin kasi talaga yung complete family na may mother, father, then children. But in terms of kung kaya ko siguro magpalaki mag-isa ng anak, kaya. I mean, ngayon may 2 akong aso na, just for a context, nagkaroon ako ng aso because of my previous partner or boyfriend na yun yung baby namin. Kasi that time, he was already talking about settling down and I was too young. So sabi ko, sige, dogs na lang muna, try muna natin to. And yun yeah, unfortunately, the
Dogs and
relationship,
a compromise.
trial and error
well,
ba with the
natapos yung
dog?
relationship. Yes, and napunta sa akin yung custody, and nakaya ko naman. But still, syempre, iba yung mga aso. Iba yung mga aso sa totoong tao. But I'm
Yeah.
still hopeful na magkakaroon pa rin ako ng partner. Ayan. That's
How
Yeah.
about that? Is there, ganito, I don't know kasi, but do you think there is still a stigma with single mothers?
Now, parang
Well,
nawawala.
Nawala na.
Okay.
But I think hindi masyado in the urban context, pero it's possible that in the provinces and in the rural areas, iba yung context. Kasi 'di ba,
Yeah,
small number of people, the culture of chismis, etc. Sige, let's start with the first one. Yung compromise. Hanggang saan kayo willing mag-compromise for the aspirations? Especially given that the limitations ng ating biological reproductive system. Anyone?
Siguro ako on my end as to hanggang saan ako pwedeng makipag-compromise. Actually ako, nag-set ako ng date, hindi naman date, ng
Date and
edad
time.
ko. Oo, sabi ko, before 33, I have to have a baby. So mga 33 siguro dapat, or late 32, early 33, dapat mabuntis ako, in short, no? Kasi di ba nearing 35, that's not good age na eh. No? Parang gano'n. To me, ha? So, nag-set ako ng age talaga. As to naman sa compromise in terms of the partner, so syempre, di ko naman kayang gumawa mag-isa, di ba? Ako naman, wala akong technically standard eh. Like, kailangan gwapo, kailangan mayaman, kailangan straight. Wala naman eh. Parang ako,
So
ang
pwede
kailangan ko lang is, kailangan ko lang ay commitment and loyalty. No? Kasi di ba, I look kasi sa person, like person siya, no? Gusto ko, kaya niyang i-commit yung sarili niya sa akin. No? That's why, yung isa kong friend, actually tropa ko siya, medyo bisexual. Actually, hindi niya alam kung ano siya up until now. So, si Aldrin, no? I call him Aldrin. Dahil ko sinasabi sa kanya, pag dumating ako sa point na yon, pwede bang ikaw na lang maging tatay ng anak ko? Tapos tatawa lang kaming dalawa. So, sabi niya, hindi ko alam kung kaya ko gumawa ng bata. Pero, alam mo yon, parang, fun times, yes, natatawa ka, but there's a realization to it eh. Diba? So, yun, yung sa akin naman, ganun yung scenario ko.
Thank you.
Well,
How about,
Ako naman, sinet ko talaga na deadline sa akin for me to sell was 27 years old. And I'm way past that age already. So, yun nga, iba yung pressure na din ngayon. Kasi as you grow older, parang hindi ko alam kung dati talaga ideal man eh, na dapat settle down na yung isang criteria nga, dapat may sasakyan. Ngayon, dapat
I remember that, like,
oo.
Ngayon.
Well, sa ngayon, kasi ang dami na nagsasabi, siguro wala kang boyfriend kaya ang taas-taas ng standards mo. So, torn ka dun sa pagbaba ng standards mo dahil lonely ka. And dun sa gusto mo pa rin ito, may mga ganung feeling when you're looking for someone eh. So, kaya ako, as I grow older, mas honestly, bumababa yung standard ko.
Like, I'm not sure if that's a good thing.
Wag kayong tumawa. Kasi, parang ako din. Nakaka-relate din ako like.
Okay.
Ako
Turning
nga
30
wala ng
means
standard
lowering
eh, di ba? Ako nga wala.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, ayan. Hindi naman sa bumababa yung standards. Parang mas nagiging practical ka na lang ngayon na dapat siguro basic na okay na, established na yung career. Kasi alam ko na pumasok kami sa relationship na ako established na career ko tapos siya nagsisimula pa lang. Siguro yung mga basic na lang na dapat you're at the same phases of your life na.
Mhm.
Na
So, deal breaker yan.
I agree with that. No?
If you find somebody na, malapit na, pwede na to, but then you realize na, oh my gosh, parang there's a red flag in terms of career goals, life stage. Is that a red flag? Is that a deal breaker for you?
yes. For me,
Okay.
yes.
Yes.
That's good.
Sa akin din. Red flag din yun.
Sa akin naman, Gio, no, dun sa tanong mo, I think ako ang tinitignan ko is the maturity level, the psychosocial level of the partner, of the person, of the guy. Kasi, if hindi kami pareho, it would be really difficult for me. Like mo ang sinasabi, ang hinahanap ko, partner, boyfriend, husband, hindi ako humahanap ng tatay, o anak.
I love that!
Hindi ako naghahanap ng younger sibling na kailangan ko pang gabayan. Although, ando naman yun sa relationship, di ba? We help each other. It's just that in terms of maturity, di ba? Dapat kahit papano naman, same language game naman kami. So, yun.
That's nice. And I'd like to go back to what you said earlier, that when you're looking for a partner, yung hindi kailangan straight, like parang how committed to you are you to that idea?
Ako, like committed ako. Seryoso yun, no? Yun lang kasi kung kaya niyang ibigay yung whole being niya sa akin, sa magiging pamilya, in short, ayoko lang ng may nangangaliwa, no? Parang, dati nga alam to ni Eunice, when I was younger, a bit younger, I have boyfriends, no? People with me na, wanted to engage with premarital sex, and I was like, hindi ko siya mabibigay, talaga. So, if you really wanted to do it, you are free to do it with other women. No? And I'm okay with it. Parang gano'n. Basta sabihin mo lang sa akin, di ba? Nung bata-bata ako, nung minsan nga tinatanong ko ni Eunice, pero sigurado ka ba dyan sa mga desisyon mo sa buhay? Sabi ko, kasi pag-aawayan nyo, di ba? Lagi hihingin sa'yo, kukulitin ka, alam mo namang hindi mo pa kayang ibigay. So, yun, mga ganon. So, yes naman, oo. I have nothing against the bisexuals and the gay. I have nothing against them. No, I can love them. I love them, actually. So, yun lang.
That's amazing. Parang bira ka naman ako. I'm speaking for experience. Like, parang, I haven't really heard that kind of opinion in a long time within a particular circle. No,
very open.
Very progressive.
Actually, Maanes, sifted through the list of my close gay friends. Already?
Grabe ka ha? Grabe ka. Hindi ko naman alam na si Blue dati ay no? So, hindi ko
Hi, Blue!
To drop name na no? Gusto mo yan?
Blue, sorry, love you.
That's okay. Wow.
Okay.
Shock si Gia. Shock.
Alright.
That's amazing.
Ikaw, Carl, compromise.
Yung picture ni Carla.
Nakakainis!
Gagawin mo.
Pinag-turn off ako ng video, nag-turn off ako. O, diba?
That was like what?
Biset.
2001?
Parang 2007. First year college kami. O Carla,
Yung alin?
sagutin mo na. Hanggang saan ka willing mag-compromise?
Ngayon, siguro kasi parang
Kahit sino na lang.
Ang hinahanap ko na lang din sa lalaki ngayon is yung yung level of maturity na mas matured siya sa akin. Kasi parang pag nasa relationship kasi ako, I tend to be submissive to the guy. Ganon. Hindi malakas yung personality ko pag nasa relationship.
Okay.
And alam niya ni Eunice. Alam niya yan.
Hindi naman.
Tapos,
Very submissive.
Wait, kulang ng very pa.
Kulang ng very.
sorry. Oh, sige. Very.
I-very mo yan.
So to those listening, just a backgrounder, Carla has also a strong personality.
Sa kababata niya.
Medyo strong independent woman din. And so so there's a context there na okay, kapag si Carla ay na-in love, nagmahal.
Yeah.
She becomes
Iba.
very, very,
Ibang-
very submissive.
Ibang Carla.
Oo. The Carla always in black.
Nagiging Kai siya, nagiging Kai.
Kids!
Kids.
Kaloka. Hoy!
Alright!
Wait, pero aligned na doon.
Grabe
yung
tawa,
next
ah.
question ko. On how would you describe yourselves as partners? As a partner. As a lover, or however you want to call it.
Can I answer the question?
Pass na ako.
Parang si
Sa'yo
Gio.
na.
Oh, there's a volunteer here.
There's
So,
may mapusok na damdamin.
so Gio, how do you describe
Uh,
yourself as a lover, a partner, and a...
Let's just put it this way. It took me going through heartbreak to realize what I want and what I don't want. So it took me dating around, it took me making mistakes, finding love and losing it, to make me realize what kind of person I am, or what kind of ideals I mean, tick the boxes. And sa totoo lang, my last relationship, ang kulang na lang, ano ba, I wanted to build my life na around that person. So I really compromised. I really sacrificed a lot of things. Heck, I even moved nearby. Hindi naman kami
And that's why Gio is here in
That's why I'm here.
Mandaluyong.
Hindi naman kami, live in. Pero, like, I just wanted, in terms of proximity, malapit lang. So, honestly, looking back, there's a part of me that feels like I can't believe I became that person. I became that person who sacrificed for somebody who was not even endgame.
But you'll never know if he's the endgame or
and
not.
that's my point. At least umabot na ako sa point where at this stage in my life, I can appreciate it for what it was and what it's and not how or what it should have been.
Mhm.
Siguro ganun. Yeah, yun lang. Thank you.
Gio. for sharing.
Oh.
So ikaw,
Pero
like...
totoo yan. Minsan
ano to?
kasi, hindi, totoo yan na minsan kasi pag nagmahal ka, you sacrifice halos lahat. Alam mo yun, yung parang, sige gawin mo na yan para walang away, ganun. Tapos, ipakita mo talaga sa person na you're willing to take that particular risk for him. Or, yeah, kung sino man siya, ganun.
Yeah. I
Minsan-
think I
Minsan
have
nagiging
to agree.
selfless ka. Oo.
Mhm. I have to agree with Carla and Gio. Sabi ko nga especially nung medyo bata-bata pa ako, alam mo na, hopeless romantic hanggang ngayon naman. Ang linyahan ko noon ay I will be anything and everything that he wants me to be.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Yan ang
Diba?
natin sa cover photo.
Grabe yan!
Wait,
Mas grabe
can you
yan!
repeat that? Can you repeat that for our audience?
Ako,
Yeah.
diba? Nung bata-bata pa ako, sabi ko sa sarili ko, especially sa isang relationship, I will be anything and everything that he wants me to be.
Oh.
Diba?
Ooh.
Hanggang ngayon,
Diba?
friends, hindi naman na. Ngayon,
Ngayon,
Ngayon ba may limitation na?
um,
can say na right now, it is still partially true. Pero, mas alam ko na kasi ngayon yung self-worth ko eh. 'Di ba? Kung ano yung limit na dapat kong gawin, no? I learned the hard way, like Gio, no, na I have to actually paano ba? Magtabi ng pagmamahal para sa sarili ko.
Natuto
No.
na tayo no?
Natuto na ako, oo.
Tsaka syempre, makakarinig kayo from your honest
Oo yan.
At oo, sisermonan ako ni Eunice ng katakot-takot.
Oh my God. Andyan pa pala si Madam.
Alright, si Laika, how would you describe yourself
Ang
as a...
hirap kasi sa tanong na yan, parang iniisip ko yung mga previous relationships ko. Paiba-iba Meron ako isang long-term relationship na ako yung dominant, na ako yung nag-handle ng relationship, na lahat ng gusto ko kailangan masunod. I don't know if it comes with age kasi masyado pa akong bata noon, na kailangan ako parati yung sinusuyo. And then, yung sumunod naman na medyo matagal din na relationship, baliktad kasi yung guy yung naging dominant kasi mas matanda sa akin and I let him took care of my life. I took charge. Yung term, took charge of my life na yun, same as Gio, lumipad ako papunta dito sa Manila just to be with that guy. Tumira ako malapit sa kanya, thinking na he's the one. Wow. Yes.
I didn't know that, like, OMG.
Ngayon ka lang yung nalaman.
We need to have one like this with beer and in person.
Yeah.
Totoo. Well, kung tatanungin yun ngayon sa akin, kung how would I describe myself as a partner, hindi ko na masagot
Wait lang, si Carla Lagers.
Bakit?
Lagers.
Yung tawa niya.
Yung tawa mo nag-extend.
Nakakainis.
Guys.
Sige, balik tayo kay Laika.
Yan, okay na. Kasi I've been single for too long for me to na hindi ko na alam kung paano ako when I enter into an official relationship. Kasi iba yung courting stage na yung unofficial pa lang kayo At iba rin kung papasok ka na into an official one. So yan, as of now, yan, hindi ko masasagot yung tanong na yan kung paano ako as a partner. I think dapat yung partner na yon yung magde-describe kung paano ako.
Sige. So, in line with that, baka interesting itanong kay Jay Tanet sa akin kung paano ang each other as a partner.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
No? Ikaw na una lang.
Sige
Hindi ako
nga.
magagalit.
Sige nga.
Gusto mo pa mag-step out?
Nakikinig ako na maigi ha.
Eunice as a partner. Yeah. Well, we've been together for 10 years plus. So, one thing siguro is, at different stages in our relationship, iba't iba din yung roles na ginampanan namin to each other. From friend to best friend to lover to girlfriend to wife. Yeah, so different roles were we went through different roles in our relationship
And challenges.
So iba't ibang phases kasi. So to describe her, I think for both of us, we were adaptive to the circumstances in our lives. So just one very big example is, of course, number one, si Eunice dati hindi marunong maglinis, hindi marunong magluto,
Wow.
and everything, diba? So
I was a spoiled girl.
So if you would think, okay, is Eunice a wife material to begin with when we were still dating? It's a big no. But sabi mo, mahal mo Sige, willing ako yung magluto at maglinis kami.
Compromise.
So sumagi talaga sa isip mo yan.
Yeah.
You try to gauge how much of a homemaker or wife she was?
Yes. I mean, like,
okay.
we've been, especially when we were in Manila, ano na talaga, parang you'd think na, okay, gutom ka na, pero, pero, pagdating mo sa bahay, walang, food. And recently, nag-shift naman yung, rules na yon. I mean, right now, si Eunice yung medyo mas naglilinis, mas concerned sa kalat.
I can vouch for that.
Yes, so and yeah, so
Carla.
I think this one thing is very important sa relationship na we become adaptive to the needs of the circumstances. And yun nga, I think it's really about being a complement for each other, to complete each other in the process. Kung anong pagkukulang ng isa, punuan ng isa. And it's a give and take. It's a give and take relationship all the way.
Nice. Yeah. May sense siya, no?
Oo, ngayon. Joke lang.
Totoo.
I would agree, actually, syempre, sa 10 years, we actually became different people across those years and tried to, if I may say, fall in love again with the version of the person that your partner is becoming and has become. Siguro for Jaydan, alam niya naman yan, very pasensyoso. Otherwise, hindi niya ako kakayan.
Break na kayo matagal na.
Very pasensyoso siya. And the other one is, I think, he also respects my aspirations as a career woman. Like, na-appreciate niya yung ginagawa ko sa work. And parehas kami ng passion, both of which kumakain ng malaking chunk sa oras namin. I think the third one is we are also very practical across the years of our relationship na meron kaming agreement na number one, to be very honest with each other. No bullshit reasons for breakup. Yung mga, I need to find myself, mga ganon, bawal. If you love someone else, you fell out of love with your partner.
Define it na.
The respect to tell your partner right away and not give bullshit reasons, yung mga ganon. I think that the next one is because I'm a very practical and also Jaydan. Hindi kami, alam mo yung I love you forever concept when we were together. Na as much as possible, even for both our families, wala masyadong convergence. Kasi parang, ang sabi nga namin na if ever we do not end up together, just like what Gio said, we want to be able to look back and smile and appreciate the beauty and the happiness of the togetherness that we had. But at the same time, being thankful that it led us to perhaps the right one or the partner that we have at that time when we were looking back. So yun.
Ang masasabi ko lang ay sana all. Here's a question now. For our three guests, pagpilian nyo lang, are you scared or hopeful sa next parang sa potential of dating, potential of finding a partner, potential of finding love?
Ako hopeful lagi. Lagi. Yun.
Mapili si Carla eh. Madami namang hope around. Charot.
Grabe siya. Hindi ba pwedeng dahil sa maturity level lang talaga?
Pwede.
Okay. That's really a big thing, yeah. Si Laika.
Naniniwala naman ako na habang may buhay, may pag-asa di ba? So, hopeful din ako. I'm very
Yes.
positive towards it. I'm really hopeful na darating yung time, no? In his rightful time. So, there. Sharing deeper than hopeful. Kasi di ba, hindi mo rin naman maiaalis yung part mo na natatakot ka. Because when you enter into a serious, quote-unquote, serious and official relationship, you expose your vulnerabilities to your partners eh. And it's a scary process. Diba? Like, yes, ideally, we always say, we can compromise, we can turn to anything that that person wanted to be. Pero pag nandun na tayo, sa point na yon, sa relationship na yon, hindi siya ganun kadali eh. Kagaya kung gaano siya kadaling sabihin. No, I think it's really a process. And the process is scary. So, it takes, I think, someone who has, paano ba? Siguro dapat enough yung love mo dun sa tao na yon, and at the same time, yung maturity and psychosocial level mo, dapat okay din. Or else, if hindi siya nag-flourish as you wanted it to be, no, kung hindi siya naging quote-unquote forever, it will really cause damage, no, to your, on you, no. Kaya nga 'di ba nga yung iba minsan may mga suicidal tendencies, depressions, anxieties because of that. And I think that's normal. That's part of loving. That's part of living, no. So, kung may mga nanonood dyan, no, sa atin, nakikinig rather, no, na nasa puntong yon ng buhay nila ngayon, it's part of the process, no. Mapagtatagumpayan nyo siya, no, kahit gaano pa siya kahirap. Basta tatagan lang nila yung loob nila, maging hopeful lang sila, no. Although, syempre, madaling sabihin, kasi wala tayo sa sitwasyon na yun ngayon eh. Pero, yun, love yourself, believe in yourself, mapapagtagumpayan mo siya, and totoo naman, no, na kapag siguro nakita mo na yung the one for you, masasabi mo na worth lahat ng pain, ng sacrifices, at lahat ng pinagdaanan mo. Dahil nakita mo na siya. Oh, di ba?
Agree.
Shout out ang galit ko.
Tumpak na tumpak, girl.
Wala.
Girl,
Diba?
di ba?
Oo.
Oo.
Ako, hopeful pa rin. Hello? Ayan.
Yes.
Ayan, okay na. Well, ako, hopeful pa rin naman. Pero, hindi tayo titigil sa pag-hope lang eh.
Yes.
Dapat may gagawin ka eh. Kasi alam ka naman, hopeful ako na darating si the one, pero wala kang ginagawa. For us girls, dapat we should take the responsibility in finding the one, lalo na sa mga edad natin. Hindi yung bigla na lang silang lalapit, yung darating kung nasa gilid ka lang, wala kang ginagawa, lalo na sa pandemic ngayon. Paano darating kung nasa bahay ka lang? Diba? I mean,
So, paano nga?
you have to
Totoo
be
yan,
proactive
girl.
na in a
Totoo
Gumamit ng
yan,
face
girl.
mask.
full ka na lang forever. You should step up.
Yeah. So, part
Dapat-
of being proactive.
Well, first and foremost, ayusin mo muna yung sarili mo. Sabi nga nila, paano mo mabibigay yung love sa ibang tao kung sarili mo hindi mo mahal? You should love yourself first.
Bam, bam, bam.
Diba?
Oh.
May tinamaan. Alright.
Ginabang sorry. So, yun. And then, dapat, in a way, yun nga, open-minded ka rin. Well, I'm talking for myself na wag mo nang ilimit yung sarili mo na, paano ba i-explain? Wag mo nang ilimit yung sarili mo na ito lang yung circle mo. You have to widen up your circle. And wag mo ilimit yung sarili mo. Kung kailangan mo mag-download ng madaming dating apps for you to find someone there, go ahead. Parang nasa point na tayo na we have to take action, kumbaga, na hindi yung mag-aantay lang tayo. So, yeah, that's it for me.
I asked a question kasi hopefully you're scared. Kasi honestly, I'm scared. Like, the prospect of finding someone right now, not even right now, but maybe down the line, scares me. Because to your point, I think, maanin, like, if you're not settled, if you're not secure muna sa sarili nyo, sa sarili mo, that makes it really difficult to give a part of yourself to somebody else. Because what if you're running on empty? What if you feel that you're ready, but during the relation, you discover na marami ka pa palang deficits sa sarili mo. And it's not your partner's fault. It's not somebody else's fault. It's not even your fault. It's just that it's not yet your time to give yourself fully.
Yung journey
Yeah,
also.
the journey.
Getting
The journey.
to that.
Pero to counter myself again, you only learn that pag we're in that relationship. So it's like an on-the-job training almost. Parang ganun.
Yeah. Actually, aligned to that, yung question ko, maybe before we go to the topic of dating, for some of you, kasi matagal na since your last relationship, no, the serious relationship, I'm curious lang to ask, and you can opt not to answer if you're not comfortable in sharing. Kaya ba natagalan is initially my experience sa previous love or the fear of another heartbreak? Isa ba yun sa nakadagdag sa factor kaya natagalan yung paghanap niya sa next serious partner niyo until it came to this age na nga natin?
What's the answer?
Ako, yes.
Oh.
It's a big factor. Kasi hindi may iwasan magkaroon ng trust issues eh. Based on your previous experience, my previous experience, na ayaw ko nang mapagdaanan yung napagdaanan ko dati, na ayun. So, dumating sa point na meron ngang kunyari nakakausap na maayos naman, nakasundo naman, tapos makikita mo, ay, parang hawig to sa nangyari sa previous relationship ko, so ayaw ko na. Alam mo yung pinangungunahan, dumating sa point na pinangungunahan mo yung pwedeng mangyari. That's why, I think isa yun sa mga reasons kung bakit until now, wala pa rin. Hindi pa namin siya nakikita. So, yeah.
How about mine?
Man.
Nagiging
Sige.
factor yung ano.
Ang sino mauna?
Carla, go.
Go, Carla. Take the mic.
Nagiging factor talaga yung ano, yung from your past experience. Kasi parang, natuto ka na eh. So, syempre, yung next na, as much as possible, yung dinidesire natin na tao na sana, kung dumating man siya, siya na. Yung ganon. So, parang, may takot din, may fears din sa process na, yun nga, yung naghihintay ka for that person na nilaan sa'yo ng Diyos, kumbaga. Pero, wala nandun din yung thrill and excitement, siguro, in finding that love again sa particular person. So, yun. So, yun lang.
Next girl, man.
Sige. Sa akin kasi, sa puntong ito ng buhay ko, my realization is that love is too complex eh. It's really a complex process and feelings na you cannot say na you don't want the history to repeat itself, so to speak, dahil lang nasaktan ka. Parang ganon. Of course, may mga learnings naman lagi doon, di ba? Kasi every naman relationship na we have, no, imposibleng wala tayong takeaway sa relationship na yon. But hindi ko lang directly masabi na ayokong maulit-ulit, no, yung history. Kasi baka yung susunod, no, kung pagdadaanan ko ulit yun, at sa dulo naman nun, ay siya pala talaga, I will go through all of those pain again. I'm willing. No? I'm willing to take the risk. Parang gano'n. Di ba? Kasi parang siguro, para siyang sugal. Para siyang trading, no? Na hindi dahil pula siya ngayon, pula siya forever. Baka naman kasi sa dulo ng pula may green. So, I'm willing to take the risk.
You
No?
mean it's the same person na babalik?
Hindi naman. No, not necessarily. Kasi di ba, kagaya nga ng
same
sabi ni
situation.
Laika, sabi ni Laika, meron ka namang makikitang like, paano ba, symptoms, no? Or clues na, ay, parang pareho to nung, di ba? Pero ako, instead of, although syempre, hindi naman nawawala talaga yung takot, di ba? Pero instead of yun, matakot, yun nga, ang iniisip ko ay more on, paano kung siya na at hindi ko tinake yung risk? So, pinakawalan ko siya ng walang kalaban-laban. So, syempre, nalaban muna ako.
Paano pag si ano na?
Ano? Sino?
Okay, sino yan?
Di ba?
Luna.
Yun.
Pero hindi mo kinumit, oh.
Sino na? Well, iba naman kasi yun. Ano naman, Besh? Oo. Sige na. On my end, yun lang naman. Although, yun nga,
Let go mo.
niya talaga. No? Basta on my end, yun lang naman sa ngayon. So, parte siya ng aking advocacy na dapat proactive tayo sa bagay na ito. Oo. At hindi ko naman sinasabing sa isang tao mo gawin, no? So, pag di pa naman kayo official, pwede naman may pangalawang tao kang sinusubaybayan, di ba? Oo.
Kaya pala.
May
Kaya
naka-reserve, kumbaga.
But one thing lang siguro na sure ako, no, na if I commit myself to someone, I'll be the most faithful and the most loyal. No. Yes. There you go.
Ulitin mo nga, friend, dahil tumawal si Milo.
Sige, ako, parang on my end, if I entered into a relationship, if I committed myself to someone, perhaps I am the most loyal and the most faithful. Alam mo naman yun, friend. Diba? Yes.
Siguro naman sa ating mga babae, ganun eh.
Lahat naman yun. Yes.
Oo.
Diba? Sa bagay, oo. Actually, innate sa atin ang pagiging faithful girls eh, no? Meron ng konting
Well,
experience.
hindi din.
Bakit? Alam mo na
OMG.
sinasabing hindi. Sige nga.
Marami din akong alam na.
Hindi lang dapat yan sa girls mag-a-apply.
Oo.
Dapat sa guys din. Lahat. Dapat
Sa humanity.
committed.
Kahit yung mga,
I think mas maraming unfaithful women.
So I think it's not a matter of which sex or even gender is more unfaithful. Sometimes it's just your journey to
Yes.
finding that partner. Kasi
Mhm.
finding the partner, choosing a partner that will also choose you every day of your life.
Yes.
Yun yung mahirap eh. Kasi
Yes.
parang na yung statistics ng ibang gender or sex.
Agree.
Pero pag nakahanap ka ng person who will choose,
Oh.
go na. Curious
Yeah.
ako, Gio. Would you like to answer my question?
What is your question again?
If it's a factor, your previous relationship or the previous
Okay.
heartbreak.
Yeah, I think, like, parang jump off point ko na yung sinabi ko kanina, na I'm scared. A lot of things, and you know this, I told you this, that I read somewhere that in life, you meet three people, or you fall in love with three people. The first, the lesson, and the one. So, meron akong first. I fell in love with the first, it didn't work out. And then I met the lesson. and I learned a lot of hard lessons. I really learned a lot of hard lessons from that experience. Lowest of lows, mentally, emotionally,
Physically.
physically.
They're strong siya.
Yeah, I mean, I became a version of myself na I never thought I would become that person. So marami akong pagkukulang, marami akong deficits, in the same way that my partner also had his own problems. And because I was so scared, and this is just for me, because I was just so scared na maging ganun ulit ako. Maging insecure, maging paranoid, maging jealous. Those things, I didn't like that person eh. And so I'm scared that if I meet someone, I meet the next person, hindi pa ako resolved. Hindi pa ako resolved, or I might think na resolved na ako, but yung pala lalabas ulit siya. So yan. Pero to Pan's point, she said a nice point earlier when if you parang tama ba ang pakakaintindi ko that if you experience um, a situation and you learn from that situation, pag dumating ulit yung time that a familiar situation comes up, you at least know or you now have the tools how to handle it better. Parang ganun. So I guess it's wisdom. Wisdom bang tamang term? Or the wisdom to know the difference. Maybe that. I don't know.
Or the maturity to respond in a different way din siguro.
Yeah.
Because you can only, the challenge talaga of finding a partner is yung lack of control mo sa other person.
Well, it's just true.
And doon din nanggagaling yung fear.
Definitely. Yeah. So buti pa kayo, girls. Hopeful kayo.
Gio here is...
Papunta pa lang.
Papunta pa lang sa pagiging hopeful.
Ayan.
Ano ka ba?
Magiging
Gio, okay
din
lang
lahat,
yan.
G.
Thank
Mm.
you.
Trust the
And
process,
it takes
my dear.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, tingnan mo si Carla, it really does take
It takes time.
so much time.
We said.
Pero wag ka, okay na ako.
Ano ba to? Landemic?
Saan pa kinukuha yung mga ganyan?
Oo.
Ano?
Landemic. During the epidemic.
Via Zoom.
Water mo, G.
Gita, hindi ko alam kung saan magkukuha yung mga yun.
Hi.
I have my circles.
Okay.
Ayan. Any one of you have questions?
Ano lang, curious lang ako. Like, since we're already in our almost 30s, whatever, if you could say something to a version of yourself 10 years ago, ano masasabi niyo? Or what advice would you give to your younger self?
Especially on the issue of love.
On the issue of love. On the topic of love.
Good question. Napaisip sila ng
natameme sila.
So, may
Sige. Paano ba? Parang if... Tama ba, Gio? Ang
Ang hirap ha!
ang
Nahirapan ako doon.
Gio, ang tanong mo ay, yung ako ngayon, kung makakausap ko 10 years ago yung sarili ko, ano yung magiging advice ko sa kanya when it comes to love? Ganun ba?
What advice? Ano gusto mo
Siguro
sabihin?
ako,
Ano gusto mo sabihin?
sige, ako sabihin ko siguro sa kanya ay, know your worth and your limitation. No. Kasi nga, I tend to give everything back then eh.
That's good.
Parang
What
gano'n.
Agree.
Parang full commitment emotionally. So, kapag nung time na nawawala sila, hindi ko alam paano bumangon. Parang gano'n. So, and it's really difficult, no, emotionally. Yung parang you can compartmentalize your emotions, no, lahat apektado because you cannot compartmentalize your emotions. So, parang ganon. So, yun siguro yung sasabihin ko sa kanya, yun, para hindi niya pagdaanan yung mga pagkakamali, no, na mga hindi magandang nangyari just because nagbigay siya ng ganon. So anyway, mahirap yung tanong eh, no? Pero yun yung unang pumasok sa isip ko. So perhaps yun yung sagot ko.
Hindi. Sa akin naman siguro hindi ka dapat maging kampante sa relationship ninyo. You always have to put parang wag lang din maging dependent sa partner. Kasi sobrang hirap bumangon, sobrang hirap mag-move on kapag nasanay ka na maging dependent sa partner na bigla na lang nawala. So, yun. Tapos, wag talagang magpakatanga. Sorry. Tanga as in tanga. T-A-N-G talaga.
Well, tanga.
Kasi sobrang, grabe talaga. Like, siguro yun nga, maybe naging factor din dahil nga late na rin nag-start late na rin akong nag-enter sa particular relationship. Siguro naging factor din yun eh. Kaya, alam na this, with my future kids, okay lang, go na kayo. Joke lang. Pero yeah, kasi iba pa rin kasi talaga pag may experience ka na. Like even, 'di ba, kahit college days, it's already fine for you to experience heartbreak, to experience love, to be special with someone, ganon. Kasi in time, magiging, alam mo yun, process din kasi siya eh. Kasi, like, sa nangyari sa akin, 'di ba, parang after college na ako, and then, long-term relationship nga siya, pero anong nangyari? Wala din. So, parang, sayang yung oras eh. Sayang yung years of being with that person na alam mong wala din. Nabaliwala din lahat. So, yun. Wag lang talaga magpakatanga. At wag maging kampante sa relasyon ninyo. Yun lang.
Well, ako naman, yung masasabi ko sa sarili ko na dapat you should take your time, take charge of your life, and learn to prioritize yourself. Huwag yung idedepende mo yung buong buhay mo sa partner mo. Dapat alam mo din kung paano, yung hangganan, kung ano yung ibibigay mo sa kanya at kung ano yung ititira mo sa sarili mo. Yan lang.
So, big factor yung
Agree.
self-worth, no?
Agree.
Talaga.
Yes.
Pero we have to
Yes.
also parang acknowledge that you have to learn certain things the hard way.
The hard way.
Agree.
Yeah.
Through experiences.
Through experience talaga.
Especially in the matters of love. Because minsan kasi sinasabi natin, pwede naman tayo matuto mula sa iba eh. Pero,
Iba talaga.
pero sometimes,
Hindi ba talaga sarili mong
Hindi nga natuto
experience?
si Carla sa experiences ko eh. Charot.
or you can
Totoo
say
yan.
that.
Wow. We talked about a lot of
Grabe.
Oo nga, amazing.
Grabe.
Saya.
Good. Really good. Had fun.
All right, so I think that is Gia's cue for ending this section of episode 2 of PG30 about being loveless at 30.
Pero we have to correct that statement. You may be loveless, no? Like you may be, dugtungan natin yung statement that you may be loveless, but that doesn't mean that you are incomplete. There's something wrong with you or you're empty. Because if you look around, like even with this Zoom group, parang looking at our guests and hearing your experiences, oo nga, wala nga kayong jowa ngayon, but you see, it feels like you're on your way and you're fine. That there are other things that define you, that give us worth and give us purpose, give us meaning. So tama ka, huwag magpakatanga.
Pero I would agree, Gio. I would not agree that they're loveless. I think they're very lovely, beautiful people. And as their best friend, I would hate for them. Naiyak ako, Char.
Wow.
Naiyak ako. Ano ba yan? I would hate for them to have a partner who will not appreciate their worth. And, oh my gosh, yung give them more than they deserve. Kasi they deserve the best. Kasi they're great and wonderful.
Isasama ko sarili ko doon ha. So,
Yeah, so Gia,
naman
Gia,
ako doon.
Malapit
Yeah.
tayo period. So, friend, sorry.
she's hormonal.
hormones
But,
acting up,
wow.
guys. But I think more than the hormones acting up, she really
Hoy, wag kang ganyan.
Ayak sila. Pero I mean it.
Bisit ka.
yeah, I think more than the hormones, Eunice really feels that, especially when we talk about you guys.
Guys, who needs a jowa pag may mga kaibigan kayong ganito?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like me. Charot.
All right. So I think even though you're not yet romantically engaged with a certain partner right now, loveless is really not an appropriate word to describe you guys, because you guys are full of love.
Look in the mirror, maybe. Yeah, look in the mirror and
Yeah, we're
love
still
yourself.
hopeful and blessed at 30, guys, you know.
Oh.
Hopeful's the word. Proactive din.
Proactive.
Isa din yung sa mga natin.
Proactive.
Hopeful, blessed, and
And proactive.
proactive at 30.
Oh, that to be our title.
Love it.
Or caption. Hopeful, blessed, proactive. That's good. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
indulging
girls.
us.
All right, so thank you very much for the opportunity to discuss, talk about being single at 30.
Thank you for being honest. That's something we're not really that trained to do when we talk about love and we talk about ourselves. Like it's nice that we have this platform to be more honest about our feelings.
And given that it's a sensitive topic to talk about,
Totoo.
so it's really a challenging thing to talk about when you talk about being single, and not just single, but single at 30. Okay.
Hard.
Yes. So thank you very much for
Thank you.
being with us in episode 2 of PG30.
Thank you for tuning in wherever you are. Kung nakapila kayo sa bangko, sa grocery, or you're on your commute. Thank you, guys.
And always remember to live, love, laugh, and have a little booze every now and then.
All right.
Scary.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.